guys, welcome to Ok Aussie. So, I thought I'd do a video. Isn't it funny? I need my notes from my phone, which is what you've got right now. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something that I know with the elections, some people have differing opinions, and that's okay, right? Some people have differing opinions on politics. That's what the world is meant to be, because politics involves people, and people like to have a say because that's their right. Everyone has a right to have their say. Yes, chickens, even they actually know they can't vote. See how annoyed they are at the fact that they can't vote? Anyway, I wanted to go back to my psychology days of a story that was told to us about a thing that comes under that when you're living in under an illusion, and how that might happen, because everyone would sit there with their little egos strongly beaming, going, that would never happen to me. No one would ever brainwash me. No one would ever make me think all these lies. Why I would be the one to challenge that. I would have picked up on that. I would have realized that that was a big lie. I would have known that, and I would have seen that because I'm smart. And you all are smart. But unfortunately, this ego thing, there's many types of egos, but I'm talking about the ego. Super ego, that's why they call it the super ego. It's the one that's like, I can do anything, it doesn't matter what, I could do whatever, I'm so strong, I can run in front of a truck and I can get hit by it and I still live. That's how stupid we all get with our egos. Okay, it all happens. Different scenarios might bring it out of us. We all get triggered with our egos in different ways for different reasons, because you are a product of everything you've experienced and seen and have gone through in your life, right? Based on what people have put you through, what you've put yourself through, we're hard on ourselves, and also what is out of our control. How we were raised is out of our control. And it's something we have to let go of too, guys. And also just things like our workplaces sometimes can control us. So anyway, there is a story, and it's to do with Plato's, I mean, I'd call them, like, when he discusses these prisoners in a cave. And you can look it up a bit more if you want. So you've got these prisoners in a cave, and they are sitting in a cave and looking only at rocks, massive, big rocks, to the point where it's to the sky. They can barely see much sky, really. So they see a lot of shadows, as you can imagine, daily on the rocks. But because they were never told what a shadow is, that it is a shadow, and I know you're thinking, but see, I'm breaking the illusion by saying it. So let's look at it from their perspective. They're born in this facility, which is a cave. It's a natural place to live. But the difference is, someone told them, don't come out. There's terrible things out here. You won't survive. You'll die. It's bad. There's nothing more to see. Just look at those. See that? There's people here with you, and you've got to be careful of them. That's the shadows. Be careful of them. So they were scared of the shadows, and they were scared to leave. This went on for a long time. 10,000 years later. I hope I did that good. Anyway, one person, here I'm already in my ego, would have been me, because I am naughty. And if someone says, don't do it, don't touch it, I was the kid that went, even when I knew God was what I was raised with, God's watching. So when mum's not watching and dad's not watching, nan and pa are not watching, and everyone else isn't watching, God is watching. And I used to sometimes look up and be like, oh, shouldn't have done that. Held me accountable. I don't think it's a bad thing. Anyway, they were told not to leave. But one person left one day. One person was brave enough. And brave, when I talk about brave, being brave is not about going, stepping out, and I'm going to go and conquer the world and I have no fear. No, it's having the fear sitting all around you. You could be shaking, your voice could be shaking, your hands could be shaking, your body could be shaking, you could be feeling sick, you could have all these symptoms of fear, but you walk out anyway, or you walk into something that you're scared of, that is just terrifying to you, that's out of your comfort zone. You step into it anyway. You're being brave, even if inside you are so scared. You go anyway. Of course, this person would have been scared, but they went anyway. And he went and he came back. And this is kind of what's happening now. People don't change, and this is a psychology fact. People don't change until they're very uncomfortable. It's kind of sad. Us humans, Homo sapiens, are very lazy. And it's okay. It's actually natural. We're naturally lazy. So take the pressure off yourself if you think about it that way. Now, this person that left experienced things outside the cave, away from the scary shadows. Woo! You know, because they're black shadows on the rocks. I mean, they don't have facial features for them to go, oh, that's another human. It would have been scary. Think about the mindset without the breaking of the what you know, because you know different. These people didn't know different. He came back. Yeah, he did. He told stories and stories and stories to everyone. This, that. You've got to come out of the cave. Come with me. And they all sat there and said, no way. Are you crazy? I think you've lost it. I think that all of what you're talking about is just, you're crazy. Like those thoughts are crazy. You're crazy. That's the problem, guys. He wasn't crazy. And a lot of us were made to feel like that for a very long time. We couldn't speak what we knew, believed in, because our voice was silenced. And we were humble, because guess what didn't show up? We all didn't speak up, because the ego wasn't there. So don't be too hard on yourself. But what did you do? Because I know we all did something. When we saw something really wrong, then we did say something, or did something, or tried to portray, have you ever thought of this? Have you ever thought of that? Because that's exactly what these people are going through now. Their brain's telling them all these bad things are going to happen now. And it's not true. It never has been. When your movement is restricted, when your speech is restricted, there is no difference to pre-World War II. It's how it happened for them. It's a slow boil of the frog in the pan. The frog doesn't realize. He's like, oh, it's nice and warm. I'm having a spa. And the next minute, he's dead. Sorry, he's a frog. Pretend frog. If you love frogs like me, sorry. But yeah. Now, we're expected, those of us that have always known that all of this would happen, is because we did our own research. We didn't just believe what the TV told us to believe. We read science journals. We looked at other people's perspectives that are totally opposition. We don't agree on everything. But you don't have to agree on everything. So long as you don't have hate in your heart, or the other person doesn't have hate in your heart towards you, if they're not like really like trying to literally on purpose harm you, then you should be able to have a conversation with people of differing beliefs. Doesn't mean you're going to be friends. It's normally, unless you're family. Family can overlook things, and that's what families need to get back to doing. Stop acting like you have to agree on everything to be family. No, you don't. You don't, because then what you're saying is we all have, like one of us has to change, or a bunch of us have to change because we all have to believe in the same thing. That's never going to happen. And the larger the family, the harder that's going to be. But anyway, when it comes to, people in the community and stuff like that, speak your mind. It's now okay to. And I hope that Australia just starts to do the same action, because I know I want my freedom of speech back, my freedom of movement, my freedom of choice, my gosh, there's so many freedoms that have been breached. And I'm not going to say too much because some people can't handle it. And that's actually sad, because I'd rather protect people's, like, due to lack of understanding. Press wrong buttons. Brain dead. I don't want to hurt people, so I'm not going to be specific about specifics, because it's not what it's about. It's the sum of all parts that I'm talking about, is humanity. We've always been together because we're humans. We divided for one reason. Can we come back together now? There's nothing to be scared of. In fact, I've heard more messages of hope in just days than I've heard in over 4 years. I've been called crazy for years. Just like the man that returned to the cave with the truth about what was really out there, about what was really going on. And he sacrificed fitting in for that, because he stuck to his guns to tell the truth about what happened. And yes, he would have had his moments of peer pressure to just shh about it, absolutely. But we all know it's kind of what we've just been through. I've never heard so many people that have admitted for the first time in 4 years they were too scared to say a damn thing. Well done, congratulations on saying it. I understand why you didn't say it. Think of relationships that are toxic just one-on-one. Sometimes people don't say things till later. It's kind of a Stockholm syndrome. And people that are very good at manipulating are very good at putting you there, particularly if your soul is pure. So if you have a pure soul, a really pure soul, you know evil. You know evil too well, and I'm sorry. I really am. But your pureness attracts the darkest of darks. So you have to armor up everything with all your might and keep fighting. the spiritual warfare that you'll always be under, unfortunately. And if you're not religious, ignore this, but Jesus was persecuted for wanting everyone to treat each other with kindness. He was persecuted, nailed to a cross, for our sins, not just his own, for ours. He was mocked, ridiculed, laughed at, called crazy, because he said, no, it doesn't have to be like this. We can all get along and we can share and we can care and we can be one. But the evil one said, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that. And that I'm going to take that person down because I am jealous of what they've got. And instead of being a grown person and go and reach my potential, some of you know this too well with asshole people we've had in our lives, they agree. But what I'm asking you, and particularly with your families, especially if you're an elder, send it down the line, because our children need it, because they're being molded like Plato. They have been soaking this stuff up like a sponge, and we need to make sure that there's no damage. They agree with that too. Ladies! Oi! Shh. Okie dokie. So basically, yeah, I want you to be brave and keep taking steps forward, and just, even if it has to be little by little, speak your truth. Speak your truth. It is now. Australia will get there. We will follow. And we will get more freedom. And then you'll realize what you did lose, because you actually don't realize what you've lost until you get it back. We all know that one too. And but the day is coming and people are speaking up about it in Australia, because we want the same. We must, coming up to 11/11, we must remember the women and men that fought for us. I am so sick of that being a lost story. Enough. I'm not against immigration, but if you're going to come to my country, treat me well. Because my family died for the freedoms and the rights and the things we have in this country. And on top of that, I want to see justice in politics again. I want to know I can trust them for my children and my future. Like, my grandchildren are already here, but then there'll be future grandchildren, great-grandchildren, etc. I want my future family to have the freedoms that I had as a child, to speak and be who I am. I wish so much that wasn't taken from my own children, which I now know was. There was slow progression, like the slow ball of the frog, and it makes me sad. Because as dysfunctional as my family is, separate to my children, they're all good people who did good things. I'm a good person who's done good things. My children are good people who've done good things. I bet my grandsons are awesome. Just saying. That's the best grandchildren in the world. But, yeah. Keep teaching these lessons, because everyone was born to the earth, not to the government. Just have to look at your birth certificate with the numbers at the bottom and go, ugh. That's what you are to the government. So, but to the earth, that's not what you are. You're more than that. And you're born to the earth. You're not born to the government. And you're born to your family. And then you create your family. And that's all it's all about. The government is just something that's man-made. Just like those bag of chips you get. Okay? It's got a barcode, shouldn't eat it. A banana, like a guy I heard say today. Doesn't have a barcode, does it? Eat it. Same as that. Go with natural. Okay? Whatever's natural, and that goes towards sociology as well and psychology. Whatever you think about yourself, whatever you know you're capable of, it doesn't matter who tells you you can't. You know you can. If you're like, I can, I've got it, don't tell me what to do, then you've got it. And stay strong in that and say, yeah, I've got this. Shut the fuck up, man. Because you are smarter than you think you are. The world made you think you weren't. You're braver than you think you are. The world made you think you're not. You can do more than what you're doing now in a way that you want to be doing things than what you think you can. Because of them. Because of all those people, normally officials, you can't do that. You can't go just live on the land over there and, make your own log cabin. You can't do that. We can't do what our ancestors did, hey? Well, look what the Amish did this year. I never thought I'd see it in my era. If you want to know what's natural about for the mind, for the body, look into the Amish beliefs and all of their stuff. They are the pioneers still in existence. They're like the pioneers that never stopped. We were all pioneers, our ancestors, but they didn't stop. Study them. Beautiful people. So I'll leave you with that. They know the truth. They know the word. Living by it. And they don't apologize for it. And that, I smiled the whole documentary because all I thought was my faith in humanity came straight back. We're not too far gone. We're not. Be kind. Love each other. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Peace out.